You're watching Masters in Trading Live with Jonathan Rose.
Hey everybody, it's Jonathan Rose and welcome to Masters in Trading Live. I just finished a poll, guys. The poll question: have you accepted the 2025 options challenge? This is where I believe I could take anybody from having no understanding of options to being very comfortable with options. 60% of you said yes. The other 40%, I need you to go to investorplace.com/challenge 2025. You'll notice Investor Place and not Masters in Trading. We have joined Investor Place, one of the top financial publishers in the world. I'm going to be the only trader for Investor Place. This is very, very exciting. We'll have more of that to share. But right now, the 40% of you guys, if you've not tried the challenge, get your buns in the challenge. investorplace.com/challenge 2025. Okay, today we're going to be talking about something a little bit different. We haven't talked about this much. We're going to talk about Bitcoin and Ethereum. We always look at things as a divergence. When we say divergence, we're looking at Blockbuster against Netflix, gold against silver. We look at the relative difference between the instruments rather than just crossing our fingers and speculate whether something's going to go higher or whether something's going to go lower. So we're going to be talking about Ethereum, Bitcoin, and the relative difference of both of them. Masters in Trading Challenge, get your buns in there. Let's go to the screen. I got the questions up as well for anybody with any questions. Okay, I'm going to start here. What is ultrasound money? So we have sound money. Got my pen here. So sound money is money that holds its value. You have gold, Bitcoin. Those are going to be considered what's called sound money. Ultrasound money. This is going to go a little bit further, and this is where Ethereum comes in. Ethereum burns more Ethereum than it creates. Supply is shrinking. The more Ethereum is used, the scarcer it becomes. It's programmable, it's yield-bearing, and it's upgradable. So Bitcoin is sound money. Ethereum is ultrasound money because it's scarce, it's smart, and it's gaining value as adoption grows. So let's talk about why Ethereum. Why now? For one, and this is going to be the biggest thing, guys, they're not making any more of it. It's not like the US dollar that they can just print. ETH is deflationary. Since 2022, Ethereum burns more ETH than it creates. Bitcoin, it still issues 900 new coins every day. But ETH is deflationary. It's considered ultrasound money. It's programmable, it's scarce, and it's secure. Here's the ETH supply. This is Ethereum supply. And this takes us to 2025 right here. 2022, this was the supply peak of Ethereum. You'll notice it really flattened out, right? And it's going to continue to flatten out and flatten out. But watch. Over the last 30 days, they've burned 7,107 Ethereum. Okay? So again, they're burning more Ethereum than they're making. How do they burn it? Well, it's Ethereum is really controlling and fueling blockchain. So Tether, NFTs, Uniswap, lots of ways that when people use Ethereum, the more people use it, the more that Ethereum is burnt. So the more people that follow it, it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy. Bitcoin's 450. I had old data, Matt. My bad. Thank you, buddy. I'm not going to argue that. 450 coins per day, not 900. I'm going to agree with you because I'm not arguing that. Okay. We've already seen institutions jump on Bitcoin. Okay. That's what really sent Bitcoin from 70 to 120. ETH spot ETFs expected later this year. Did you guys see that Peter Thiel backed Bitmine Immersion now holds 1 billion in ETH? Okay. This was announced, I think 2 weeks ago. Thiel's 9.1 stake signals deep conviction. And we're seeing corporate treasury might rotate into ETH, positioning ahead of Wall Street. But what just happened in Bitcoin, guys? I seriously, strongly believe that's going to happen in Ethereum. Ethereum powers 75% of crypto and stablecoins. It's the base layer of the new internet economy, and layer 2 is now scale ETH to Visa level speeds. Let's talk about the ratio. Because again, we look at everything from a divergence. We look at everything one against another. So we want to look at the ETH Bitcoin ratio. Bitcoin ETF already priced in. ETH's got a ton of catalysts coming forward. But here we can go. I want to get to here. Ether relative to Bitcoin. Going back to 2023. Here, ETH is really weakening towards Bitcoin. And when Bitcoin was running, going nuts, the ratio between the two was really, really dropping down. Kathleen, you had trouble finding me? That's so sad. If you ever want to find me, the best way is just type Jonathan Rose into YouTube. That's going to be the easiest way to find me. But let's look what's been happening recently. Because Ether has gotten really weak relative to Bitcoin. But in May of 2025, it bottomed. And when it bottomed, ETH, since May, ETH is outperforming Bitcoin. Why is it outperforming? Well, for one, Peter Thiel coming in and announcing a $1 billion position is really helping this move. But I think we're going to see for the rest of 2025, we're going to see adaptation just like we were able to see with Bitcoin. So how are we trading it, right? That's the most important thing. How are we trading this? Well, in Masters in Trading, we had a position in the Grayscale Bitcoin contract. We put that on 2024 for $59. Well, right here, as it set a low and now started bouncing, that was the time, hey guys, let's sell Bitcoin. And that's what we did right here. And in turn, we want to buy Ethereum. So Ethereum, it's no longer just a platform, it's the monetary engine of the digital economy. I believe strongly now is the time to position before ETFs, before institutional flood in, and before ETH reclaims leadership. Get to that. Where I think this is going to go. Going back again to 2023, where it was up here. I think that we are going to go back and trade into this range. And I think we're going to mess around there. So I think ETH stays strong relative to Bitcoin going into the end of 2025. With all that being said, I do want to invite you guys to the challenge, investorplace.com/challenge. James here. It might not be as good as James. James makes $395,000 since joining our program. Roger says welcome to the greatest trading community in the world. I've been part of this group for 4 months, and my total gain is 3x my all access subscription. Thank you for sharing, Roger. And Snowman, having trouble explaining this to my wife, but my account started at $4,000 and is now up to $30,000. So great job. We like to celebrate with a glockenspiel when we hear these beautiful wins. Check it out, investorplace.com/challenge. There are spot ETFs, ETH, ETHA. They are just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. As money moves into Ethereum, when Ethereum gets busy, it burns more. It's deflationary. So it just happens upon one another. So as it gets bigger and bigger relative to Bitcoin, the deflationary aspect of Ethereum gets stronger and stronger and stronger. That's how we trade it. We look at things as divergence. Sometimes we hold Bitcoin, sometimes we hold Ethereum. Look at how they trade relative to one another and get your buns in the challenge so I can see you inside. So what I do right now, guys, is I hop off with all of our all access members where we go over some of our open portfolio. Thanks so much for watching. Riz? Yes. Thank you for sharing. All right, all access. You guys sit tight. We'll be right back. Hey guys, and we're back. How we doing?